We do
easily,
about 400 hours. He does 270.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Lord.
I'll look it up.
We're so annoyed by the podcasters.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be? Guys like you now are doing radio, and it's annoying as fuck because, this is old
That
man
is
stuff.
so nasty.
Yeah, of course it is. Well, I'm a narcissist.
It's annoying as fuck because it makes you look lazy and horrible, which your show is. That's why it's annoying. Because you know everyone's better than you. That's why you kill your own channels. That's why you kill your own shows on your back office radio, whatever. That's why you go behind the fucking back and have like Opie and Anthony killed and other shows. You take all the money and McAfee is to go away.
I mean, the whole Jennifer Witz putting up Andy's photo thing that's about to come up here, it speaks to that as well,
Yep. Thank you, Housey Football. This show is more entertaining than anything Howard's done in the last 15 years. Yet he rakes in the. I know. It makes me when I dwell on it, Housey. It ain't pretty in the darkness recesses of my mind when the show ends. Yeah. And Bon Jovial texts me about a copyright, and I'm just like under a blanket.
I hope not. I'm gonna crack.
We're not gonna get it this time. I don't think. Look at my Black Housewife. We have more black people in this chat than the Stern Show has had combined listening and working on it in its entire existence. Thank you, Black Housewife 2177. My Sirius Lifetime got in 207 will be worth it in 2035. Maybe it'll be worth it. Great line. Great line, Black Housewife.
I told you that. No, but in all seriousness,
at least you understand that you're being an asshole.
I want it all for myself.
Andy.
I don't know.
I say.
This chat's like the Source Awards. We have Chubby Pickle, we have Black House, we have Crazy Robin, we have Tamara Francois. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I say this every time I'm on the show, and you haven't given me an answer.
Okay, here we go. Andy again, hard-hitting question.
I say this every time I'm on the show, and you haven't given me an answer. Chubby. Why did you get rid of the news?
Well, we got rid of the news because we went to a 3-hour format.
Okay.
And
that's it.
It went to it. The show was 3.5 hours. So he just kind of made it a little short. In a 3-hour radio show, he's now saying he can't incorporate the news at the end. That's his excuse because we went to a he got rid of it way before that.
Yeah.
He snuck it in during COVID, getting rid of the news. He just snuck it, all the confusion. I don't think anyone noticed. He just,
Yeah, and I think you could always hear Howard swiveling in his office chair, just looking up at the ceiling, saying, "What else is in the news, Robin?" Like he does. He admittedly did not want to be there. He didn't make Robin's News a fun segment like it was in the 90s.
That was the name of this show. When Radio Gunk, the names I propose that's better than Radio Gunk was. Anything else, Robin, is the perfect name, right? Besides Lotus.
Yeah, that's a great name. Yeah,
really good name.
So anyway, but it's such a stupid. Why do you need to go to a 3-hour format? It's your channel. You can do whatever you want with. Like, who's telling you needed to go to 3 hours?
That's what I'm saying, David. He has 2 channels. They're 24 hours that he needs to fill. And what happens to this motherfucker if he didn't get his content to fill those channels?
Not even it's Robin doing the majority of the work. David,
that's what Andy Cohen should be asking him. He's like, who's telling you your show had to go to 3 hours? This is whatever you want it to be. What do you mean you 3 hours? Who told you to do that?
Right.
You do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
The world of Howard Stern never stops. Apparently it does stop at 3 hours on the nose.
Yeah, but by the way, Tata Toothy's right. Like Andy's acid reflux voice is driving me crazy. Like it's
awful.
So awful voice.
So awful. He needs to see a doctor. Like he's got nodules, right?
No, but there's so many. When Robin can't read or speak, that's one of them. The other thing is, and I said this 100 times, is he's afraid of current events.
Yeah,
he can't. When you do the news, he has to comment. He has to say the word Charlie Kirk. He's got to comment, and this gives him an out to pre-tape it, or it gives him he doesn't need to be current. He doesn't need to follow anything. He's too stupid and too lazy to follow anything current. So it gives him a reason to be low IQ. right?
I think
you can't not do. Go ahead, Debbie.
That is the reason I agree with the most. That's the one I believe the most, is that he doesn't want to have to pick a side in this political climate, because he wants to be ambiguous about his political leanings.
There's some really heavy current events, and he's afraid of all of them.
Right
now. You know what I mean? He does not have the ability, and he's so anti-intellectual. He doesn't know how to follow it and speak to it. He used to be into the news when his father would rap about the, and shit. And it was kind of in there, but now it also dates the show. He doesn't want you to know. It doesn't have to be live if there's news.
That's true. Yeah.
It took too long.
Well, you know what it would be? At the end of the 3 hours, we would sort of do this block of news.
Yes, it could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour.
So Robin and I were talking, and I said, why don't we just talk about what we want in the body of the show?
Right.
So that at the end of the show, when I'm fizzled out and passed out in the chair, why are we waiting till the end of the show? Why not just talk about whatever topics in the news we want to talk about and weave it into the body of the show? Which is what we do. And so, the news is a weird thing.
You've listened to those. He did that anyway, right? All through the 90s or whatever. That's his entire show was, glossing over. Usually it was kind of celebrity-based pop culture. He's pretending now that he's doing that. He's incorporating the news into the show. That is not true at all, by the way. And there's no sign of that. He was doing that anyway for decades. And then they would do the actual news, things that were considered a news off the wire. And it's also too about Robin unable to kind of keep up with anything, resembling a work ethic or something that's ambitious like that. Also,
Robin is a liability if, there's a reason they started robiniswrong.com, she's not I wonder if there was even like issues with calling her a news person or calling.
I think a conversation was had between Marcy and Howard and Buchwald back then, and said Robin's really, really just can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
she's just embarrassing herself every time, and we're just going to break it to her where we're going to marginalize the news, and what you're going to tell her is you're going to tell her that it's going to be peppered throughout the show, but we're never going to do an actual news. You don't have to do it. Just tell her that. And that's the lie you're going to go with. Because she's really, really embarrassing herself.
And she's the only broadcast journalist who doesn't do her own, she's pilfering off of other people's.
Yeah, she's biting off other people's scoops. Right, yeah, she doesn't get her own scoop. She's just, Albie Wong won. It's also too like he thinks these shows are evergreen, where if you do a news story, it dates it, and it's we can't replay it because that's another good reason. It's all just, nevertheless, only the listener loses out every time.
Right.
Whatever it is, the listener will lose out. Something is going to be taken away. It's never going to get better. Howard wishes he could manage politics like Larry David, but Howard is a hardcore on one side. Black Hazard. It's a really, really big landmine for him. He has no passion. He's a flip-flopper. He's certainly not what I consider a good left-wing liberal, and he can't do it. He can't keep it up. He's a dispassionate sociopath who cannot talk politics on a regular basis because he's too stupid.
Like all of a sudden the show is now the news. But the whole show is the news.
Well,
we didn't really get rid of anything.
You don't learn anything from this show. You don't laugh. Your IQ drops. There's nothing news about it.
As I was scanning the J-Lo interview, because you sent me the whole show, and I was scanning to try to find the J-Lo interview, and it was all about Chris Wilding agitating Ronnie for some bagel sponsorship that he got. That's
the show. That's every show, David. That's every show.
That's not headline front page of New York Times news. So you can't tell me that they're engaged in any kind of current events.
You got to look at what Radio Gunk made me put a gun in my mouth after a while. That first part of the show, therein lies the problem. Right. That's what we got.
Yeah.
But it's a perception.
I feel like there was a topicality about
Andy. Yeah. I've been doing this for almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Trust that I know what I'm doing.
All right.
No, I don't trust. You got.
Wow.
Polling rank.
100%.
Andy.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Trust that.
That's like an athlete, right? On his 35th. That's like an athlete on his 35th year in the NFL or the NBA, and goes, "Look, guys, I've been playing for 30. I know what I'm doing. Just leave me alone. I'm gonna shoot 20% from the field and average 4 points. Like it's time to go. It's time to get off the stage."
All right. Well, I've been listening for a long time.
Yeah, but so, I did the right thing.
Giving you some feedback.
Yeah, what is the feedback that we should bring back? Do you want me to bring back the news?
That is the feedback.
I know I'm 0-17, but I've been coaching for 50 years. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, also that holds true in show business as well. It's like at some point I'm not that interested in Dean Martin's opinion on like what should be done in 2007. You know?
No.
I mean, maybe I would, but other people wouldn't be.
He's truly at his worst, Crazy Robin. And Crazy Robin using the word troika, by the way, is never at the word. First of all, secondly, nothing less than stuff. Thank you, Crazy Robin. Hey, Radio Gaga at the buzzer. Radio Gaga's due to sit in on one of her shows. Good to see you, Radio Gaga. Let me know if you want to come on.
Yes, you want the news back?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Well, I'll talk to Robin about it because God knows we want you to be happy.
I appreciate that you.
Do you do the news on your show?
We do.
So you do?
We do. We have time. Yeah, but I want to hear you do it.
You want to hear me do the news?
I do.
All right, I'll talk to Robin. Maybe we'll do some news.
How much you want to bet? How that conversation with Robin's happening, right? Yeah, that they're definitely going to talk about it. Sure.
I think Howard fired Robin after this interview.
Do the news on Wednesdays at the least. Just the wrap up of the 3 days.
Do it once a week.
That'd be fine.
That's reasonable, Bond. Once a week.
Wouldn't it? At this point, wouldn't it be refreshing for Howard to do something different?
Shouldn't you
like
want
that
to do
again?
it? Right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you want to do it once a week?